Before we begin this review, I would like to offer special thanks to these people. In particular, Chromaslip, Fopdoodle, Captain, and Stargazer. If you want to get on this list of wonderful, wonderful people, there's a link to Patreon in the description below. It only takes $1 to become cannon fodder, or if you want to become one of our first in and get to see previews of all of my content before it comes out, it's $3. And they basically have kept me going and keep this channel going. So please do go have a look, and hopefully you'll become a new supporter. Okay, this is not ideal. Camera's packed, so I can't exactly use it. You'll also notice the room's kind of echoey, because it's mostly empty. I meant to record these this afternoon before Bob got home so that they would actually not have echoey room and the camera wouldn't be gone, but oh well. I have a few game reviews I would like to get out while I am moving. Some of these are months old that should have been done sooner. But, you know, moving is basically a multi-month process and has delayed tons of things. In the meantime, Panzer Corp 2. I really was looking forward to this game. It is much improved over Panzer Corp 1. It is significantly, massively improved. And I enjoy it. I, however, am disappointed with the campaign. And I'm disappointed with the initial release. And I think that is because I was hoping for more. Panzer Corp 2 does not come with Soviet Corps, Allied Corps, or battles after 1943. There is one scenario where you can do the fall of Berlin. There's a couple of scenarios where you can play the Soviets, and one scenario where you can play the Allies. Panzer Corp 1 had all of that. So for them to release this game like this, I question it. There's no 1944 or 1945 campaigns. There's no alternative history campaigns. It saddens me to see that. The thing that made Panzer Corp 1 really, really great and stand out isn't here. However, many of the mechanics are much improved. Anti-tank guns really useful now because they have an artillery support-like mechanic that you just have to put them near units, and if tanks try to attack them, the anti-tank guns will interfere. Same thing with artillery. Artillery, if anything, in this game is now super overpowered. Capture units. It's really neat to be able to capture some tanks and be like, I'm going to just put these into my army, or artillery, or whatever, because you're really genuinely rewarded for capturing enemy units now. Experimental technology, experimental tanks. This is welcome. General traits. This is also a massive welcome change because you can nerf yourself, or you can greatly enhance yourself, or you can go somewhere in between with it. Clear zones of fire. There's been a lot of clearing up of zones of fire and ability to see where the enemy is and ability to see what's going on. There's been a lot of clearing up of zones of control. There's been a lot of additional tooltips added. There's just a lot of things added that were not in the original Panzer Corp that put a lot of guessing to it. And now all of that guessing is gone, and you can make clear, concise decisions. And I see no save scumming anymore because you don't need to save scum because the information was hidden from you, and it feels unfair that the information was hidden from you. You only would need to save scum if you legitimately made a mistake and you go, oh crap, I screwed the pooch. AA guns, super useful now. So all of the previous game's problems are gone. It's legitimately just gone. And I'm happy with that. I'm just kind of sad that with all of those massive gameplay mechanic improvements, you lost the charm that made Panzer Corp super successful and super unique. The alternative histories are gone. The just, you know, it just feels weird to say. Like, there are scenarios like, you know, invading the US or stuff like that, but it's not part of the core game anymore. And that just kind of makes me cringe a little bit. I kind of fear for Panzer Corp in general, if that's the direction we're going to go. I don't like that you have to pay money to get upgrades like an in-game campaign tree. I don't like that. That's not okay. There's the ability to get one alternative path, but it feels so weird to not be doing the vast majority of the battles. Like, you do the entry point of 43 and you go do Kursk, and then you're just on that route. The only real alternative history you can do is if you play the 41 campaign. In the previous game, I'm saying all this, in the previous game, all of the campaigns had alternate history parts to them. Like, you could fight to a standstill in Berlin. You could win Kursk and go beat up the Soviet army. And in this game, that just doesn't exist. And that just, you know, there's two paths and that's it. And then you have there's two alternative paths, then you just have your historical path. And that just, it really eats at you to not have that in this game out the gate. So, I don't know what to make of that. That's my number one complaint, is the campaign paths. My number two complaint being that they didn't release an Allied or a Soviet Corps with the game, even though the first game already has those. And honestly, the Soviet Corps and the Allied Corps were the more fun campaigns to play. However, the ability to reassign heroes, the ability to, that's all the negatives I have. The mechanical changes, the ability to reassign heroes, the ability to reassign general traits later, the ability to do all of these different things to change your strategy, to change how things are working, to change what vehicles you have, to go back to older vehicles, to come back to newer vehicles, to use captured enemy equipment. Just staggering amounts of improvement, leaps and bounds. Fighter only is no longer the go-to choice for controlling the skies. You can just bring AA guns. You're encouraged to bring AA guns. You can... AT guns are super effective now. Too effective almost. Artillery guns are too effective almost, especially counter battery. It really does make you have more in-depth strategy, more in-depth knowledge, and forces you to learn the game. My other complaint is the turn timer. I just think it should be more customizable for the turn timer, because with some general traits in particular, like the one that doesn't let you remove entrenchment as easily, it makes the game so hard that it's just undoable. You cannot win those missions in that amount of time if you have that trait. So at the end of the day, Panzer Corps 2 is good. It's good. It needs some work, and it really needs those Allied and Soviet Corps campaigns to shine. So I'm really hoping that they release more campaigns quickly. It's been 2 months. They haven't released new missions or new campaigns yet, but here's hoping we get some sort of announcement soon. In the meantime, that's all I have to say on Panzer Corps 2. Great fun, great game. It was fun to invade your homeland, Chris. I hope you don't mind. And it's just, it's there. So, go check it out. So, this has been a review done quick. I am in the middle of moving. It's a 10-day drive, and I wanted to make sure you guys had some content. I'm going to try to stream from hotel rooms. No promises, but we'll see what the PS4 can manage to do. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope to see you all next time on my channel. I hit the like button, leave some comments. I'll get to the comments as soon as I get to my hotel room for the night. In the meantime, I'm driving, and I will see all of you guys as soon as I can. Good night, everyone.